Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Blunder Twins' first ever vlogcast.
Evening. This is we actually recorded it by day.
Good point.
Pardon us for our initial language here. We just what we're really apologizing for is our huge hiatus after our last videos that happened. What was our last video? Was it?
I'm pretty sure we just actually did a stream for Dragon Ball FighterZ within this.
Yeah, but that's Twitch. I was just talking about our video from YouTube.
Let me just check.
Anyway, we just took a break from YouTube because we're a bit frustrated from hearing some of our channels just happen to fall under the YouTube algorithm thing. You know that some of the videos get demonetized for being advertiser friendly and stuff. And since we're just under low profile, we're pretty much safe at this moment. But we don't know if that we're good enough or something. But
the last video I ever made is just only the welcome video for the for people who to introduce our channel such as.
Holy shit! Was it that long?
Yeah, it was that long.
And not counting the introduction channel, it was our live stream with our cousin and our big brother playing WWF WWF No Mercy. Yeah, that was during at WrestleMania. Oh my god, we're away from YouTube for a really long time.
Yeah, and then we have a couple of family issues that.
Yeah, and also trying to look for a decent job since we just seem to relegate our own YouTube channel as a business into a hobby. This is our new type of video segment, more of an experimentation called the CinemaVlogcast. That's when we get back from watching a movie and then share our thoughts.
It didn't have to restrict it just to a movie from the cinema. We can also discuss about what the movies that we've recently saw on Netflix or whatever we have on our video stash or whatever.
Well, we share memories and stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
And you might be able to see this often after we just get to see a movie. And sometimes you'll be able to hear our big brother's voice come around because he usually takes us to see a movie.
Anyway,
and with that in mind, we're also going to see Thor Ragnarok this Thursday.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving. Anyway, now that that's out of the way,
2 days ago, we get to see the Justice League movie. One of DC's most anticipated films of a very long time since the DC Extended Universe just got started.
It's better late than never, I would say, because now they were catching up with with Marvel with the Avengers, and I say that's not really a good move for her. Without any solo movies that follows up. The only solo movies that we ever have gotten so far was The Man of Steel and Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman is also kind of a solo movie, but only for only
Batman in it.
Yeah. So Justice League. The film itself happened to have been scored with at least 40% in a Rotten Tomato meter, and
strangely, it was just kind of downgraded a bit for days after, but then it just strangely got back up to 39%. So I suppose the critics don't really hate it as much as Man of Steel or BBS or Suicide Squad.
No. Man of Steel actually happened to got a 55% on her Rotten Tomato meter.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I didn't pay attention to the movie that much. But strangely enough, that even though that it was not as badly received as the other two movies, people were still kind of a bit split down the middle on this.
You mean Justice League?
Yeah. All right. First, we'll just talk about what. Well, I can see both sides that it was more mixed at best. That some people might like this, some people might hate this. So, but I just feel it kind of whatever they give it a score on Rotten Tomatoes or the IMDb, that I feel they kind of I don't know if it really deserves that much of a rating. But we do see what problems does it have. So let's just get out the bad parts of it out of the way. The first problem we had with this film is
that we don't have any solo. Again, we don't have that many solo movies that leading up to the Justice League.
If only that DC wasn't so desperate to catch up with Marvel, then we could have had a much better film like this. Basically, that we knew a lot about Superman, we knew a lot about Wonder Woman, we knew a lot about Batman, but
the other three guys, we barely know what. We almost actually only two guys. I think we barely knew. Cyborg actually got so much development out of that. We got to know the guy. He was the. They told us about the accident when he was dying, and the mother box actually brought him back to life.
Yeah, and we could understand his pain for such a, he thought he could have been dead and stuff, but he'll able to see the light as the movie progresses. So being a half man, half machine isn't so bad as it has its own merits.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we have the Flash and Aquaman. They've been so underdeveloped that they could have. They could have
film, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. But we'll get to that when we get to the good parts.
The only explanation I ever get from the Flash is lightning. Lightning strikes.
Well, that's exactly what he said in the comics. Luis, our big brother himself, who is a huge Flash fan, actually admit that it is a little bit implausible of his origins.
But it's a comic book. Whatever.
Yeah, we know. Well, yeah. If they were to take it more time, give it more years to give us more both the Flash and the Aquaman movie, then we would feel more completed with this film when watching this. That's how the Avengers did it, because Iron Man has his own movie, Thor has his own movie, Hulk has his own movie, Captain America has his own movie.
And thanks to these movies, we got to know so much about these guys. Well, actually, we haven't actually seen Thor or Hulk because we're more interested with Iron Man and Captain America.
Well, at the time being, but now we actually are going to see Thor Ragnarok this Thanksgiving. Well, we're getting off track here, so continuing talking about JL here. Well, come to think of it, you know the huge time gap between Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman?
What?
That they took like 3 years to make this, and you think they could have just put the Flash and Aquaman movie somewhere in between these films, because it was like 3 years, before Batman vs Superman. I mean, can you imagine this? Even the Marvel movies, they just took they gave out the Ethan movie a year before they reached the Avengers.
Yeah. Why are we still comparing this to Marvel movies? I mean, we could probably triggered a lot of DC fanboys saying, "Stop comparing it to Marvel."
Well, we couldn't help it. I mean, that's what it feels like.
Anyway, what else? What is the other problem we had in this movie again?
Well, our second problem about it is that it's more of a minor thing. I mean, a lot of people just complain about it. That it is really heavily used on CG, and we know that we're kind of a bit tired with CG, and we wish that a return of practical effects. But honestly, we're gotten so used to it that it doesn't bother us that much. So you expected a lot of CG. So, and to be fair, most of the other superhero movies had to use CG too. And even if they're not really there, we wish they could have used practical effects there. They try their damnedest to make this look as real as possible.
Yeah.
And for what they show in CG here, it doesn't look. It's not really that bad.
At least comparing to the trailers that we have seen, because Cyborg looked horrible at the trailer that we've seen. So now that we got to see it, he doesn't look as bad as last time.
Yeah, at least the facial renderings are proof. Okay. Speaking of facial renderings, you know that people just always talk about Henry Cavill's CG face rendering.
Because he had a mustache that time?
Yeah. I mean, why is that so necessary?
Couldn't they just have Henry Cavill shave off his mustache?
You know, from what I gathered, that I actually watched a Maximilian do the Justice League review with his friends here, and he made some sort of theory that why they had to do this because from what I gathered that Henry Cavill would pretty much finish with the production during Zack Snyder time of directing this. But as soon as Zack Snyder just left the production after hearing his daughter committed suicide, which our sincerest condolences. While we don't like Zack Snyder himself, we don't wish the worst of him, and this wasn't the worst way, and that's not what we just want to think for him. But anyway, after Zack Snyder left directing this, Joss Whedon just took over for him just to make some reshoots. And he happened to, by the time Henry Cavill was supposed to grow a beard for just in time for Man of Steel 2, and they just didn't want him to shave it off, so they had to give an easy route by CGIing his upper lip.
Oh, that's actually a pretty salvageable explanation. No, I don't mean salvageable. I mean, it sounds pretty close.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
But still, it just looks really weird.
I didn't actually notice it, honestly.
Actually, I have noticed it. It's I just want to laugh off of it, but I just need to keep concentrating, even though it looks really, really distracting. But aside from what we just said about
the CGI,
the overuse of CGI, we got so used to it that
it just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, CGI could make stuff, people do things that's very impossible to do anyway. So that's all right. I'm not asking anybody to just bring back practical effects, which that would be very.
That would be very, very nice. They actually would, but you know, even that the Star Wars Episode 7 had Force Awakens, they actually use CGI over the practical effects, and even though they're actually wearing it. I just saw the documentary around the making of Star Wars 7, and Simon Pegg was actually wearing a big tub of a costume that they had to add more CG just to bring the full motion. That's pretty much also the same case with Willem Dafoe as Ryuka in the shitty ass Death Note movie on Netflix.
Which we had to say that looks a lot better than the Japanese version, because
we
feel like he's really there, huh?
Yeah, but still,
but even Willem Dafoe's performance didn't save
the movie because the Japanese one is much better. Anyway, I just don't really see that why people should overblown the overuse of CG because we're all really used to it that it doesn't matter. Now, number 3 of our problem with it is that
the villain sucks.
Yeah, Steppenwolf. He really ordinary, pretty bland.
We don't know a lot about Steppenwolf, and
well, for what we just being told, he was supposed to be a jobber to the dark side,
but we also were told that he's a Wonder Woman villain and also a Justice League in general. But
we just don't really get much invested with his character because he was just your typical bad guy from earlier comic books.
However, our older brother actually brought up this point that why that Steppenwolf doesn't have to be that interesting, because we only want to.
Well, if you think back at X-Men Apocalypse, we actually got Apocalypse, and we were expecting some awesomeness from him, but for what we got, he didn't full up to full potential at his comic book counterpart.
Spoilers, he got killed off.
Yeah, I mean that really angers us. I mean, granted that I kind of enjoyed X-Men Apocalypse a little bit, but it's still very underwhelming for me. And it's mainly because they just ruined the potential use of Apocalypse. They could have saved him for the next movie.
Yeah.
But for a character like that pretty much should compare with Steppenwolf. That we don't know much about him, and we don't know what weren't really fully capable of.
Yeah, they're not ready. I'm supposed that.
And I even started comics of him, and he doesn't look that interesting to me.
I'm supposed that Warner Bros. And DC are not ready to use a big name villain for them to take on.
I mean, if they were to use Darkseid, he would also have been punked out.
No, here comes another comparison with Marvel. We don't know anything. When Avengers is coming out, at least they have built up with Loki.
And back then, when Thor just came around, people didn't know much about Loki. But after they just saw him at Thor, they fell in love with him. That they get to use him in the next movie
as the main antagonist, and he's like one of the show stealers there. Yeah, we understand.
One of the very few Marvel villains that actually outshines the rest.
So, he used to be like a mid-card villain, and now he worked his way up into the big names of top villains thanks to that movie. So then on, they're starting to use big namer villains like the A-list, which Ultron. That would be Ultron and.
Well, we keep building up to Thanos, and we can't wait to see him in the next Avengers movie, the Infinity War. It's gonna be awesome.
So that's why it actually makes sense to use like a mid Carter or a jobber of obscure villain in the DC universe.
He did mention Darkseid though, so we're just gonna. They definitely building him up.
Yeah, because. This is what I think would be a great term to make a superhero movie with a huge lineup of heroes.
I mean, while we're with to get a big hero with a big villain with personality, and like how Disney did it. They got back in the Renaissance era. They got a huge array of really awesome villains. And then most recently, they didn't develop their villains as much as they used to. But we mostly focused on the heroes.
Anyway,
which we'll get back to.
So heroes come first, villains
pretty much secondary, even if they didn't fully develop a personality. And I do admit that while that he is full CG, there are some shots he actually look pretty cool, but there are other shots that he didn't really do it for us.
So that's pretty much all the criticism that we had to put out.
Wait. I think I mentioned another one here when we just discussed our way back at home. Let's see. It was pretty much a number 2 thing. I just said something. I kind of discussed this to our friend on AIM, which is soon to be closed down at next month at December 15th. And now I remember. It's nothing new we've ever seen. Because superhero movies are becoming very common nowadays. That some people could get numb to the idea to it. And we were expecting that some of the fans, especially DC, that they thought Justice League could break new grounds. But for all in all, it's just another comic book movie.
So, because that Avengers came in and broke the ground there, Justice League just came too late. That's like none of us actually think it was that spectacular, huh?
If they actually did it, maybe. Well, that's reinforcing the first problem I have with it is that that if we were to have the Flash and Aquaman movie before this, then it would have made it stronger box office, which they seem to be tanking at the box office so far. Got a pretty disappointing opening.
Sheesh.
Well, though, yeah. So those are 4 problems with, and a little bit of a nitpick there. That they do while we do it, and praise Joss Whedon for that he's just able to line up the tone on this. He did add a few more humor, and some of the humor is alright, but others just feel pretty forced. Like I think there's one time that Bruce Wayne just channeled a little bit of Tony Stark, and then when he just talked with Aquaman at the mid part of the movie, I was a little bit. I just raised my eyebrow for a bit the way he just delivered.
What do you mean? What's the line that you remember that he said?
Well, he kind of repeats the same line when he first met Aquaman. You really do touch the fish? Like, well, that was one of the jokes I think it's a little bit forced, but yeah,
That doesn't sound like Bruce Wayne to you or something?
yeah, that was one little nitpick for me, but I do hear that some fans think they didn't need a humor or something, but I don't know, I'm actually okay with it. For whatever Joss Whedon is starting much more lighter too. Which that's we're starting to get to the good parts of it.
Yep. So with that said, the murky and drab things that we have seen from the first three movies gone. Now the colors look like the characters really pop.
They're right. They're vibrant. That's what we want in our comic book movie. Because let's face fact, it's a comic book movie. That's what I just said about the third argument I had about this. Fourth. It's a comic book movie, and it embraces it. It does not need to be this dark and gritty.
Yeah, just link that to a solo Batman movie. That's where the dark and gritty things has to.
That's where it feel appropriate.
Because for the rest of the guys, it doesn't match well with the dark and grittiness. So it has to look colorful and light.
I just actually remember the time that when we just saw the Justice League trailer, they look pretty dark, and that's one of the things we're actually much
dread. We kind of dread that.
Yeah, because you see, there's an art form of making comic book movies. You have to make them stylized where what the tone it fits. Although I do hear a lot of arguments that seems to be like some sort of theory going on that it had to start out dark. That maybe Zack Snyder kind of planned this at the beginning, that it had to start dark. And as soon as Superman died, Batman needs to redeem himself just to so that forming a team able to shed light to it. And towards the end, that everything did get brighter. So yeah.
Not to mention, Superman looks really great with that color.
Yeah, Superman's in the movie. As if you're all surprised around it. It's pretty predictable. In fact, I don't know why they had to kill him off at the second movie. That's stupid.
That's bullshit.
It's like, I feel like we're missing nothing at all after that movie happened.
Anyway, he looks great. I really feel like a real great light of blue and red on the suit.
Especially the Flash in bright red. That's how we wanted it. Because back in Suicide Squad, it was just a pretty drab. We can't be able to see him pop and stuff. But that's what thankfully this movie, they were able to shed some light to it.
So yeah, the color looks great.
The tone of the movie is light. Almost Marvel territory. That it has some dark elements to it, but it's mostly bright. And that's what I mean. It's a comic book movie. It does not need to hide what it is.
The heroes, they're unlikable enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman is awesome. Ben Affleck, he's actually really cool. And well, I did mention that I actually like Ben Affleck and Batman vs Superman. Even though that the characteristics was a bit backwards, because they actually killed people at the.
They make him use guns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually used to the idea with Batman actually killing people back at
Batman Returns, but
it was a modern take that we actually expected to not kill anybody, but I just didn't know why they do not plan to do this.
And not to mention that he was using guns, which
that really defies all sensibilities of all Batman fans.
Because we know he hates guns.
That's what killed his parents.
Still,
I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I actually see him as Batman. I actually like him more than Christian Bale. Yes, I said it. I like Ben Affleck more than Christian Bale. Come at me.
Only because he doesn't have to use that growling voice. Where are the other drugs are going?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Christian Bale, but I think I like him better as Bruce Wayne more than he is Batman, because whenever you put on that Batman suit, I kind of feel like he's just only a guy an actor playing Batman. But when Ben Affleck put on a suit, I actually see Batman. That's how it is.
Hey, remember you don't
And the funny thing is, back in Batman for Superman, along with his characteristic, doesn't do it for me with
the voice
killing
the voice synthesizer. The voice synthesizer are kind of distracting to you.
Yeah, they use auto-tune, and at first I don't really like it because I thought you could easily disguise it without even have to waste money to make auto-tuning. But then, as soon as I just watch it again at Justice League, then actually the auto-tuning is kind of growing on me. So it doesn't sound too bad for me. I still would have preferred that he do the Kevin Conroy method disguising a voice without overdoing it like Christian Bale did it. But I guess if there's no way for them, if Ben Affleck couldn't able to do it, then I guess the auto-tuning isn't the worst way to go. So yeah. The other actors,
they did a fantastic job. Jason Momoa is actually badass as Aquaman.
You remember the time that people always making fun of Aquaman?
That's only because
they always interpret him from the Super Friends, which is not true because we saw him in the comics and he's actually much more dignified than that.
Yeah, Justice also kind of backs up that
kind of argument that he did much more than what we thought he could.
The Flash. I love the Flash in that movie.
yeah. Ezra Miller, the funny thing is, our big brother just kind of dreaded Ezra Miller when they first announced it. They wish they could have tie in with the Flash TV series to bring in Grant Gustin in the mix. But as soon as now he saw it, he actually pretty much liked Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I also liked, though the weirdest thing is that that personality of that Barry Allen seems to be more like Wally West to us.
They could have easily just renamed him Wally West, and we don't see much of a difference. But that doesn't mean that
Barry Allen, this movie was bad. I mean, I love his social awkward personality there.
In fact, I like Barry Allen okay in the comics, but I prefer Wally West more.
So do I.
And to be honest, Barry Allen was more of a typical goody two-shoe hero. He being straightforward and stuff. Wally West had more personality. That he's much more jokey and Van Punch. No, not Van Punch. He's the light among the Justice League. The heart, pretty much.
So with that said,
Ezra Miller did a great job as the Flash, bringing a much more characteristics, much more than we thought that what Barry Allen usually does. But I think they made the same kind of vibe towards the TV series. That he was also full of personality there, much more than he did in the comics.
And I also love some stuff that the Flash does in that movie. He's that they we just see him with our own eyes. That he runs really fast. That we almost missed it.
I actually loved the lighting effects, sparks every time he runs. It was so cool.
And we also get to see it in his vision, where everything slows down while he's running.
Well, that's what you expect for every speedster character. We saw it with Quicksilver. Only that instead of using the blurry effects, he used lightning, and that was so awesome. And Cyborg, we already mentioned that he had the most development among the other two newly introduced heroes. Well, I do admit that while they did use a CG, I'm not really that overly distracted by it. But though, to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of the Cyborg design at the beginning because it was so polygonal and stuff. But his face was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and I had to be honest, his personality is actually alright.
Well, that's because well, I don't think you have a valid argument for to say that because he had to start out a bit brooding because he just had an accident like this. He couldn't go out in public looking like a freak.
And he was being self-contained in his house because his father had to tell him not to go outside. And he's getting tired of staying in the house all the time.
You gotta take time for him to look into a light, which he actually did in the end of the movie. He started to smile much more. embrace how much he adapts with the technology he being infused with.
You know what's funny? There's like a couple of scenes that we've seen from trailers, and they were not in the movie. Like the football thing and that football scene for Cyborg, and that's not in the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, what the hell was up with that? It's pretty much like the Lego Batman movie all over again. That they show Batman running with a bunch of other Justice Leaguers.
And that never happened.
That never happened in the movie. I thought they all appear at the end of the movie, but you know that probably might make a article like no, didn't buy movie. Get out of here! Didn't buy climax.
Superman's a huge improvement from this movie because he barely smiles from Batman v Superman. And I don't. In fact, I don't think he smiled at all in there. But here in this Justice League movie, we finally got to see him smile because that's now I feel like that is Superman.
Yeah, that is the real Superman. Not the broody, overly serious Superman at the first two movies. That is really Superman for the comics.
No, actually, I think Man of Steel had him smile only once in a while,
Oh, yeah, but you know, doesn't seem to be that uplifting as much as I thought it would be. But here, I get more of it. Especially that it really helps her with the lighter tone of the colors.
Yeah, that's fine.
And, we already mentioned that Wonder Woman is awesome as always. Gal Gadot really knocks out of the park, just like she did in her own film.
Yeah, nothing more to say about that one.
Of course, they do have to give her an opening action scene. It looks really awesome. Saving all the civilians and whatnot.
You know what else is awesome? The score for the background. The fact that they use Danny Elfman to compose.
Yeah, Danny Elfman. He's one of our favorite movie composers, along with John Williams. And he actually announced that he's gonna use the Batman theme in there. I was like, wow, really? I'm such a huge fan of his composition in the Tim Burton films. Because every time I think about Batman, I listen to that theme along with the Neil Hefti theme. You know, the Batman.
Yeah, I know. I also actually hear bits of Superman's theme from the
John Williams score.
Yeah, that one. And it actually, I was like, oh my god, I haven't heard this theme song for a while in the movies.
We won't tell you when did he play that tune, but we'll just say that in the spoiler corner. Yeah,
it's like the score is so much of a love letter to the Richard Donner's Superman movies and the Tim Burton Batman movie.
We're really huge fans of these films.
And not to mention, I actually find most of the score for the Danny Elfman composition actually not
too bad.
Not too bad. It's gonna take some time for me to remember the key scenes. I think I remember the most from the Flash's just moving at the speed of light.
Yeah, I did hear it too.
What it go like again?
I can't remember, but you know we heard it often. That you're gonna need some more input on it. But yeah, while that it's not one of its best soundtracks at this movie,
it's serviceable.
It's very serviceable for the best if he can make.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as memorable as
the Wonder Woman theme at the previous two films,
or some of his other works, like even Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know. But still, he did everything in his power to make the music in the movie catchy as it is. It really fits the lighter tone of this film. While some of the fans weren't used to the idea of having Danny Elfman to play for the Junkie XL, it's still, I don't think they will complain much when they get to see it.
Junkie XL? What's that?
That's the name of the composer at the other DC films.
Oh, okay.
Well, mostly at
or even Hans Zimmer's.
Well, actually, he played the soundtrack at Batman vs Superman and also Deadpool. Yeah, he played Deadpool.
Junkie XL?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. Wait, wasn't it Hans Zimmer's?
Hans Zimmer did Man of Steel.
Oh, right. And the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into the spoiler corners right now.
Well, no, not yet. The action is astounding. It's very fun, very entertaining. They have some really cool parts in it. I think you might enjoy in here. Yeah. I think there's much more we can say about it in the spoiler corner. So yeah, let's go ahead. Before we start,
this is a spoiler corner right now. So if you don't want to hear anything what we had to say, click on the time schedule that
give our final thoughts.
Boy,
it's really hard to talk about this unscripted when we just have to fill in each other. We have to start it all the damn time.
Yeah, we're not very good at this. So what's to talk about in the spoiler corner right now?
Well, first off, already you already can predict that Superman is in it, which we already spoiled it for you. But honestly, are people even that surprised that he came back?
But we're just gonna talk about how the way how the Superman come back.
They just do the freaking mother bots to revive him, which I think that's pretty
superfluous.
Yeah, superfluous. That's best I can describe it. It's not terrible, but I don't think it's really that plausible either.
But let us remind you, it's a comic book movie. Some things
you had to go through something. It's something crazy to revive. In fact, I think it's much better than what. How exactly did Superman came back in the comics?
I don't remember.
I mean, it had to do something with they're like two Supermans out there.
Like, yeah, that one's stupid.
Yeah, I do hear a lot of people are not a big fan of that direction. But you know what's a really strange thing is that back in the ending of Batman vs Superman, we just saw a bit of a grounder, just that little dirt on the coffin, just erase a bit that could have signified he will return. But they just kind of threw it out of the window in there.
Yeah.
I guess they had nothing planned for it. Why even show that you got? Why even open the lid if you got nothing to show it?
What else is there to talk about in the spoilers?
Well, you know, one of the action scenes that we do figure out. Well, as soon as Superman gets revived, honestly, I was a little bit dreading that it's like, oh, we're gonna do this scene now. Superman going crazy and attack everyone. Come on,
that's actually really forced. To be honest, I mean, why? Just why?
I mean, and was that even necessary? Especially when he just take Amy Adams all the way to his old home. I mean, what's even the point of it like that? I understand that it was supposed to be like for the judge, but I feel it would be much more better if he just actually came back and like, am I alive or where am I or what's happening or stuff? Was there any reason? Was there ever any reason that he attacks the Justice League?
Yeah, that's part that's really stupid.
They could have elaborated this. And another thing I actually pretty dread this movie that well, in any kind of superhero movie, you kind of predict that I kind of predict that there was going to be some sort of misunderstanding, that a little slight breakup there. That you know, at the part when they just going to revive Superman, they think it's going to be a bad idea and stuff. That as soon as Superman just got revived, I thought there was going to be a moment like that, but thankfully there's none of that. So
yeah, the Avengers had like the shield helicarrier and whoever's his name, John Coulson, Agent Coulson, dying. We're just hoping that they're not gonna be separated, and we're glad that they didn't, cause now they had to set aside their differences and go and save the world when Loki just come to the Stark Tower.
You know what's funny that
so I'm glad that they're doing this. Warner Brothers does this with Justice League as well. After Superman came back to life, now they think that he's probably would not be any help. So they're gonna have to take this the matters in their own hand, even if it means they will die.
And And as you just mentioned about the John Williams score, that they actually did, take a little bit of the jingle, and that's when he just finally made it. That's when Superman just joined the fight with Steppenwolf. You go like that's when he played that.
And there's like one more thing. Two more things. Three more things. If you Teen Titans fans were hoping that Cyborg would say "booyah," yeah, he says it in the movie, and guess what? It's not forced. He says it naturally.
It says it right at the end when he just sends Steppenwolf away.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, that as I did mention that I wasn't really a huge fan of Cyborg's design in the movie. He actually just made a new type of armor at the end of the movie. It looks much better. I can't wait to see that in the next Justice League movie.
Like the mid-credit sequence, we get to see the usual who's the fastest classic matchup with Superman and the Flash. They're gonna do a race, and it was Louis and I, our big brother and I, really enjoyed that scene because
along with the fact that you two are big fans. Well, one after another. That you a big fan of.
I'm a big fan.
I'm sorry.
I'm a big fan of Superman, and he's a big fan of Flash.
So it's like calling back to the classic episode of Superman the animated series.
Speed Demon. That's the name of that episode. Speed Demon.
Yeah, pretty fun episode, and they also done that a few times in the comics. With a lot of fans just go like. With a couple of fans back then, always just like who's the faster, Superman or the Flash? That's always the fun debate there.
Personally, I kind of think the Flash is a bit faster than Superman, but
what if that Superman's actually he's actually playing it the whole time, just so that the Flash won't feel bad, because that'd be unfair there.
And the last thing we have to tell for this spoiler,
speaking of the Flash and Superman, there was just one funny scene that I actually thought it was well done, well written. And really fits well into the character. That when Superman attacking the Justice League, the Flash is about to race out to do a sneak attack behind him, but oh my god!
There was like that scene that Clark was like turning around, noticing that he's tracking the Flash's move, and the Flash is like, "Oh shit!" with his widened eyes.
Yeah, I just freaking love that. That's well written. Kudos, guys. Kudos.
Yeah. That actually makes up for the scene for that fourth scene that Superman was attacking the Justice League.
I guess when you have to make a fourth scene like that, you have to do your best not to give something entertaining like this. And what really sells the movie for me is definitely the climax with all the mosquitoes going around with it. And these crystal slugs crushing all over and over. And civilians' lives are on the line. We got to see Superman and the Flash just do their things just to save everybody. That's another thing that what makes Superman actually Superman. He said, I hear civilians. That's Superman, yeah. Oh, no, I forgot to mention that. What's his name again? Oh yeah, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. He's also pretty good.
Even though his time is short, I still prefer him as John Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, me too. Nobody can do Jameson. Nobody can do Jameson than J.K. Simmons. But we'll be willing to accept it. You know the funny thing is that they actually announced that Willem Dafoe is going to be in a movie too. He was supposed to be who is he again?
It's just some sort of guy in the beginning of the movie where Aquaman was along with the civilians around him, but he's not there.
Yeah, I mean,
I just read that his part has been cut, according to Jason Momoa. And look, if you guys are not gonna, if you guys are casted not gonna use that scene for Willem Dafoe, then why bother casting him at all?
Yeah, you think he actually might appear in the Snyder cut of this?
He might.
Well, anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed the third act of the film the most out of all the parts. Even though they're also nicely paced. The movie is pretty well paced. even though there were some scenes that doesn't work, or some scenes that did work or stuff, but it was mostly the third act I really enjoyed in this film.
Now, the biggest spoiler that we're gonna go into is the after credit sequence.
Everyone that was waiting for it, the after credit stinger. And well, they just
okay. First of all,
they
fucking had Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor again.
Oh my God, we're
what the
stuck with this guy.
What the fuck, Warner Bros. I don't want to see Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor anymore.
Yep, they made no point around the bush to it. That Lex Luthor, they didn't say Lex Luthor Jr. or anything. You know, the funny thing is that sorry that I kicked the table right there, but you know, the funny thing is that when he just turned him around, I thought that was a different person, and not really a different person. I mean, a different actor to play Lex Luthor. And I was like, oh really? They changed him? But then when he just gets to the cruise, then I'm like, oh, it's a fake out.
But thankfully, Jesse Eisenberg is not as annoying, and this.
But still, we wish someone else would have played him. Like, why can't it be Bryan Cranston?
But there's like one big guy that one big reveal that we've seen this guy, and he's like the. He's
a big name villain. It's Deathstroke. Yeah,
Deathstroke is in the movie. I mean, wow.
Well, at the end of the movie,
he looks great.
Like, holy shit, that armor, it looks a lot like he did in Arkham Origins. And I'm a huge fan of that costume too.
I'm more of a fan of the Injustice armor, but whatever.
Yeah, but holy shit, he looks awesome. Although I do feel that the facial hair he just put there looks a little fake there.
How can you tell?
Well, it kind of looks like he just put whipped cream on it or something.
Okay.
But still, I'm really surprised they actually got Deathstroke at the end of the movie.
Hey, was Deathstroke gonna be as the antagonist in the Batman movie?
Yeah, that's from what I heard. So there still have been talks that whether Ben Affleck will or will not be in the movie there, but for some reason Deathstroke still might be in the film, but there's still a bit of discussion that whether or not it will connect within the DC Extended Universe.
So about that after credit sequence in the Justice League movie, is there like they're gonna bring up their
own Injustice League, or as some call it, the Legion of Doom.
Oh man, we can't wait for that. The Justice League versus the Legion of Doom, or the Injustice. What is that called?
Injustice League.
The Injustice League.
At least that's what I heard from it. But that would still also mean that they had to cast Jared Leto as the Joker in here. Because I'm still not feeling Jared Leto at this moment, and he probably. And if he gets it full extended, I'm kind of dreading how much he would put. Like, you know, they kind of bring his character not in the right way at Suicide Squad. That he was supposed to be acting more like a troll than being a serial killer.
I just sure hope that DC and Warner Bros. Are really confident in this movie and how much money they're gonna make, so that they're gonna keep falling over more for the DC Extended Universe. Because this isn't, thankfully, Wonder Woman to us is not a one-trick pony, and this one is actually doing okay. Doing okay here so far. And this is gonna bring up to our new rating system.
All right, so this is gonna be our new rating system here. It's called the. Yeah, no specific name for it, but we'll think of it later. It's just a simple 5 rating system instead of the usual 5
out of 5 stars, or the 10 out of 10, or whatever.
Because I just watched this I Hate Everything video that how he hated the rating system because people were pretty inconsistent using these things.
So we're gonna make this one
straight to the point. Just only words. No numbers, nothing. Let us explain here. The first one, avoid it. That's for movies that you should not watch. Stay away from it. It's you can easily categorize it as one of the worst movies we have ever seen, or a really, really bad film.
But we're also going to use this rating system on some video games as well. If you
only in the modern reviews, because we still need to work on this. Speaking of video game reviews, we also want to address the elephant in the room that we are back at February. I think we had a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle review,
And we're not very proud of that.
Yeah, because we're pretty rushed on playing it and wanted to get it out as fast as we could. But we didn't take a full in-depth look at the game, so we didn't complete it yet at the time. So we just gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars or something. But that's not how review is supposed to work. We're about as bad as IGN.
So we could have given it like the avoided rating, huh?
Or proceed with caution. Yeah, that's the best we can describe it.
Well, we're getting off track here.
Yeah, speaking of proceed with caution, that's considered a bad movie or mediocre. That's a good example that you should like watch it out of curiosity. If you're that daring enough, well, you know any movies that could fit in this scale?
Super Mario Bros. Movie here, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. Even though that's our guilty pleasure, but we do admit it's still a bad movie here by any means.
The third rating we got in the middle is
it's worth the rent.
It's which means it's decent to passable and above average, I suppose. I don't know.
You could find some good parts of it and some bad parts of it. It's a well-rounded mixed rating.
Good enough. Nothing more to say on that one.
If you really enjoyed this movie and for what it has, then yeah, that's pretty much. And must own it. It usually goes for a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10.
5 stars to 4 stars.
We're not going to be specific here, but that's a movie that we're definitely going to buy on day one.
Nah, so how do we feel about Justice League with this rating? Well, for the general public,
I think some people might be cautious about this. That if it's gonna suck or if it's gonna be a passable film,
we say it's worth the rent.
Yeah, because I don't know if you might enjoy this movie like we did, but it has some good parts in it. You might like it fine. You might not like it for the other bullshit reasons we talk about. But yeah, you could, if you at least don't want to spend much money for a ticket to see it, you could just at least wait for it. If it's gonna be on Netflix or any other type of streaming services or on a Redbox, then you can go ahead and rent it just for one night.
And but for the many of us comic book fans,
our personal score for this it's good enough.
Good enough.
We enjoyed it very much. It has some of the few issues, yes, but there are plenty of stuff that we actually like it.
The color, the Justice League themselves,
the action, and a really good direction on her. Well, not really good direction. I mean, the research definitely helps to make the movie stand out of the other bad DC films so far. Now, it makes it pretty interesting. What does the Snyder version look like? And it could probably might worsen the box office ratings. But what more could we expect at the time? So, having Joss Whedon take over for some reshoots was probably the best option for it to be at least possible for all fans.
Personally, I like the Avengers movie a little better than this movie because it's that one's groundbreaking and
it was new at the time, yes.
But it's also because I don't want to sound biased here, but I'm a Marvel fan here anyway.
It's okay. I'm a DC fan too, and you're my brother, so it's a potato thing.
Agree to disagree?
Yeah, you know what's funny? You're wearing a Coke shirt and I'm wearing a Pepsi shirt right now. I wish you guys could see it, that picture, but wait, you left your phone upstairs. Damn it.
Never mind. But don't worry, I'll take you a picture later. There we go. It's right over there. Okay.
Yeah. Because we all had our own drinks, and that's what we could compare. Marvel is red like Coke, and DC is blue like Pepsi. You know, is that what they actually advertise? They mostly advertise with Dr. Pepper.
So, bottom line, Justice League movie, pretty decent for general, but
we really liked it.
DC Comics fans, just go and see it.
But let's be honest here, it's not as good as Wonder Woman. And I've seen better movies around in 2017, like Logan. And
I've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming.
But for what it is, we're glad it didn't suck at least. So
Yeah, go check it out.
if you're a huge DC fan, and it'll probably help you more at that. Or I don't know. Maybe you could see it out of curiosity, but we'll assure you that it's not as bad as Batman vs Superman or Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Are we done here?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, this is the Blunder Twin signing out. Good night, everybody.
It's still daytime.
What the fuck ever.